Okay, so better late than never, I guess. Yeah, I was working on trying to get the audio working for YouTube and code-based streams. So yeah, it took some time. Still not liking it, but yeah, hopefully I can start getting these things up on YouTube reasonably soon. Anyway, um, so yeah, so last night I stopped right when I was like, oh, something seems to be going wrong here, and well, yeah, things were going wrong. It turned out that I had, well, essentially I'd used the wrong variable. That's the problem. I mean, I had all these things like working buffer, persistent buffer, and got them, and at some point I got those confused. Not exact. So yeah, not exactly the best thing in the world. But things are looking to be pretty good right now. But yeah. So yeah, well, like last night and this evening, I basically decided to add in some extra comments and stuff to make this a little easier to understand, because especially the renumber routine is just a lot of code. It's all, and it all looks the same. But yeah, so, but now it should be able to. But yeah, now it actually pretty much works. At this point, it's mostly working correctly now. I mean, except for the fact that it doesn't. Well, except for the fact that it's not really, well, actually renumbering. But that's the right. But that's the first thing I'm going to be working on here is adding an actual renumbering routine. Okay, so yes, here I have renumber the basic file. So now I will do replace labels with line numbers. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do for replacing labels with line numbers, right, so right, instead of it being, say, go to add 420, it'll be something else. I'm not sure what number, but, or, well, actually, I can probably run that, and, so add 420 would be line 13, right? Add 3 is 1, add 9 is 4, add 10 is 5, add 350 is 9, etc., right? This right here is the label, and then afterwards is the line number it's supposed to replace it with. So, first thing I'm going to do is first thing I'm going to do is for key and sorted, right? And this should be sorted, right? And label dict, right? And then I'm going to sort it by key length in reverse. Okay, because by doing it this way, or comment that out real quick. Okay, yeah. For instance, you have, say, at 2480, right? That's the at label indicator, and then there's four things after, right? Here you have at 370. Here you have at 3, right? So if I do it in normal order, for instance, it would be at 3, which would be 1, which would then replace, say, at 3 with 1. So then it would be 150, 170, etc. If I do it in... Okay. So if I sort it in essentially descending order based on length, it'll take the longest things first and then the shortest things, and well, should work. I hope, anyway. Or index line in create working file. And then say resub key plus RE quotes. That'll take the, yeah, since the key is the label, that'll take the label, and then the, so it won't touch anything in quotes. Label dict key and line, or maybe let's do this. Okay, working list index equals resub key plus key quotes, and then this should be the value, and that will be the line. Hopefully this will work. Hopefully, anyway. And need a site select object found. Oh wait. No. Turn that into a string. Okay. Oh wait, working file. Okay, that will. Yeah. Okay, so. And there we go. 1, then 4, else 5. Okay, so that's our renumbering routine. Okay, so renumbering is now done. Oh yeah, and maybe also warn if line is too long, right? Next line in enumerate working file if length line is greater than basic defs basic line length. Say logging dot warning line S is too long, then index. Save that. Warning, line 33 is too long. obviously, yeah, it's 82 long. Well, obviously, yes, it's 82 long, so yeah, it's a little bit too long, I suppose. But whatever. That's not a huge problem right now. Okay. Okay, so added line, added, say, final renumbering routine. Okay, so now that actually will so that now renumbers everything correctly. So let's change paste format to false and see what happens. Oh, and it's not giving me a warning anymore. That's good. Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, this is set to be 128. So as you can see, that's 114, and that's 127. So, yeah, so for instance, you can take this, where you get one of these on per line. They all get combined into one long line right there. So, yeah. Okay. Or, say basic line 252. Say numbering starts at, say, 10. Increment starts at 5. And let's try it again. Now that ends up being even longer right there. Now it's 215. It's probably about as long as any of these lines can be before it has a forced line break from a label. And of course with this, it starts at line 10 and it increments 5 with each. Okay, so now the goal is to check. Maybe I should also do that. Check print is question. Yeah, I'm going to need to deal with all this logging eventually, but yes, and here we go. And print is now a question mark. So yeah, we are now revert. Yes, discard changes. Okay, so now I can try, let's just say, crunch 0, right? So this will do everything. Okay, so this should make it so that it has spaces in between everything, right? Line 9. Okay, a lot more line is too long. Line 19 is too long. Line 105 is too long. See, right? Current buffer length 1 current. Why is that 1? It keeps saying current buffer length 1. Bind line length 29. Okay, 105. I'm going to look that up. Current buffer length. Just to see where that is. This code up here. Current buffer length. Okay, determine line length. Should be up here somewhere. If crunch equals 0, which it is now. Plus equals. Save. Okay, try that again. Okay, so that was a little typo right there. Okay, fixed a typo. Okay, line 35 is too long. But again, that would make sense. Why is... Wait a minute, okay. 78 selected. Okay, that should have... It's kind of weird. It says, go to... But yeah, that probably should be on a separate line, because it's 78, so... I don't know, maybe I'll... No, wait. What? Okay, so there's a... Oh, yeah. And because of the way it tokenizes on quotes, there's extra spaces. There's an extra space there, and an extra space there. And then between semicolons and that. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I kind of thought I might have to do this, but yeah. Okay, so say fix spacing when spaces are needed. So just say if basic crunch is not equal to 1. Okay, let's just say should I do this? Yeah. So I'm going to need to reinsert some lines there. Or reinsert spaces. I need to make sure that there's extra spaces in there. So FixLine equals, say, fix spacing. Tokenized line. Basic defs. Okay, so def, and then say insert spaces where maybe remove spaces where they are not needed. Yeah, okay, that'll work. So that's more what I'm trying to do here, right? Remove spaces. Okay. So let's just see, right? We have this, right, where we have, say, semicolon in that, right? So okay, I don't know. say for X range FX. I suppose we can use X actually. May as well, right? This is shouldn't complain about that, right? Range length. I'll just make that get rid of tokenize line line. Length line. Okay. Now I'm trying to. Okay. Let's see right. Python. So I wanna think I kinda know what I'm trying to do here. Leave array elements for yeah, I mean I kind of know what I'm trying to do here, but I just Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so that's actually how I want it, right? So, yeah. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Okay, for X and range. Let's say if line is minus 1. See, we're going backwards, so X, say, ends with that, and line X starts with say line X minus 1 equals. Okay. So line X minus 1. Line X minus 1 plus line X. Return line. Okay, down to here, right? Oh, that's not. Oh, oh, okay. Okay. And FixLine equals crunch line. No, wait. Or actually, copy that. Just make that FixLine. Yeah. Else. Okay. So this, I put this down as okay, added line spacing fixer, I guess. Okay. Okay, so that fixes. No, wait, that's probably. Oh. AZ, that, and then. Okay, that's. Hmm. Maybe I can come up with a better way to make this work. Yeah, I can do better. Actually, no. Actually, no, wait. You say, do ErrorList equals. You know, 2. So that'll work, right? Say that and that. Do another tuple. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now I'm just gonna use tuples for this. Alright. Okay. For say index element enumerate ErrorList. Okay, then I can do 4x. Okay, so then let's see. So yeah, I can basically enumerate enumerate the tuples in the ErrorList. Ends with. Oh, okay. Say ErrorList index. So that's okay. So that'll be the first one. So let's just say it's 0, and then 0. First element there. Right, and then line X starts with say error list index, and then second one there. Line. Oh, it's just line.pop X. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's fixed now. Okay, no wonder. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, pop. Yeah. Okay, so basically it goes through in reverse order, and then so for instance, say it hits at say 32, right? So with that, yeah, it basically has like say x. So that's like say x minus 1, right? And right, so it goes over both of those, right? So first, so it tries to see does it end in that, No. But then it goes through again, and then does that end in that? Yes. Does that start with that? Yes. So then it basically makes that one, those two combined, and then it pops that one off. So oh wait. Okay, so fix the fixing routine. Oh, that's true. And I also need to check and determine line, right? So, for each element, it adds 1. So, we should also do just length equals 0. And say just length equals 1. And okay. No wait. Line just length. Actually, I don't need that. I don't need the basic test there, do I? So okay, and then say current buffer length. Current buffer length minus just length. Okay. Yeah, that odd. Let me see, right? 64. Okay, that won't work, but oh wait. Or just say logging.debug line okay. So line adjustment 0. Line adjustments 2. But yeah, that's true, yeah, because that would have gotten rid of 2 spaces, so yeah. Added line adjustment number. Okay, but now the only things I need to do are, so I also need to add a couple more of those, but yeah, that's gonna have to, gotta take a quick break here, but I'll be back. Okay, now I can try. Okay, let me see. There's so not equals equals. Okay. Okay, so I'll just add a say no. That's just got to be in a tuple. not equals, and equals. So let's just see if this works for this, right? Added not equals to the spacing. Oh, and that worked. I'm also getting kind of sick and tired of that not going through all of that, so maybe I'll just... Okay. File name equals bw.log. File mode. File mode. Oh. Okay. File mode equals right. Okay. Log to file. Okay, so now I can actually look at this right properly. Let's just say line 32, right? Line 32. Line adjustment is 3, right? Because there's a 1, 3. Right, and then current. Okay. Current buff combined line length 25. That should not be 25. That's because that's. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait 1 sec. No, wait. But, oh. Okay. Okay, so it's thinking that all of that is just one giant thing. Let me see. Just split on commas. 4 comma. 4 comma. Tokenize on commas. Tokenize on commas. Okay. There we go. Combined current buffer length 140. Combined line length 151. Combined line length 151. Line 36 is 12. 123. Okay, but now I've got space. Now it's inserting spaces into there. Okay, time to fix the spacing routine again. Okay, so I'll need to change. Okay. So basically, come up with a different way to do this, I think. I have to combine two. So hmm. That's one thing. Another. Make this move spaces between comma showing elements. Okay, so set for x in range. Or should just do that again. Say line x equals a comma. Line x minus 1 equals line x minus 1 plus line x plus line x plus 1. That should get right. And we do line up x plus 1 line up x just length plus equals 2. Okay. Should fix comma spacing. Oh, there we go. Much. Oh! Yes, and it's actually spun on its own line. Still too long. That's still too long, but whatever. Line 36 is too long. Of course line 36 is too long. I mean, it is too long, period, for that, but... But if I change this format to false, then bottom of the log. Nope. Nope, it is not too long now. So... Okay. So I think that should... It's not totally gonna do it, but yeah, it does look like, okay, so that should... True. Start. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And so yeah, everything looks to be pretty good, actually. Userman 2. Using modern basic Python to reformat original basic. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I can take this Take this right here and turn it into this. So yeah, this should hopefully considering, let's see. Of course, if I set this to not combine lines. So yeah, you take something that ordinarily would be like 244 lines, and there it is. And it ends up being 105 lines. I think I can make this a little smaller than this, actually. Okay, yeah. So that's... Okay, yeah, that's... So yeah, that's... For the most part, I think this is now basically... Yeah, I mean, this is mostly done. Just remove lines until it's small enough. Ah, yes, recursive compression. Ah, yes, at one point I tried to write my own recursive compression program until I realized that it was physically impossible to do so, but, Oh, of course, then there was my attempt to... Oh, what was it? Try to use pi for compression. You know, trying to find the value in pi to... But, yeah, that was really, 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 really dumb. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to that for now. No. Okay, so that is bad. Okay, so there's... Okay, so now that I have it set up so it can actually properly reformat these renumber and reline and everything else, and combine lines and do everything else. Yeah, I've got the... Even then, there's one other thing, which is data statements, right? So in this, I've basically got, like, just data statements that are sort of formatted, and each, they take up, like... I've got, like, 4 data statement lines here that I want to turn into a single data statement line. Whereas actually, right now I do have an idea about how to do that. So let's see. I'll just take this thing which fixes the output of my... And I'll take this which fixes the output of from a program which turns these things into labels. I'll save this as a data format by data formats. And change this. Output says file name that. I'll say dat. Okay. So now I just need to take this other helper script and change it. It'll say data statement equals. Okay, so I'm going to have it be pound data and then with a new line after it. Okay. Okay. So that. I'm just going to assume it's been properly stripped. Maybe I'll do if line starts with data. Okay, that's why it starts with data, then I don't need to else strip it. So let me see. I'm gonna say I'll do stripped equals line dot else strip data. I'll strip data. Yeah, I'll strip the data statement thing off front. And let's make this, just make temp equals re sub and I'll replace a new line. That, yeah, I will replace the, because yeah, data statements have commas in them, so I'm just gonna replace the comma with a new line. That is the input on that. And then I'll just take that and add temp to it. And then just say input file index. I'll blank the index out. I'll take the data, and then after it's gone through all the data statements, it'll then take the data statement and then add end data as a marker to end the end of it. Say final equals oh no, equals list, and I'll filter out the blank lines from the input file. Final equals line, and I'll append the data statement to the end of that. And I'll just write. Both of you assume will be final. Well, this isn't. Well, this is actually the final thing, at least for this helper script, anyway. This isn't, you know, this is actually just a little helper script to run. So, So, right. So, for instance, we've got right, our tet, right? Okay. So let's try that, right? No, wait, not kid. Data format. Test.bas. Lines.append. Why am I doing that? Wrong one. Or final equals. Final about append? I don't know. Yeah. Append does not return anything. Oh, yeah, that's true. Thanks. Yeah, that's true. Just do that. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. Test.bas. Test.dat. And .dat. And so now my data statements are now a whole bunch of new line separated things at the end of the file. Yeah. 2 temp equals temp dot else strip that crap off. Oh, there we go. 320 to Okay. Okay, so I can just Okay. Okay, so that thing works. So now all of my data statements have been reformatted into a giant block of, instead of comma separated values, they're new line separated values at the end, which I can. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, the whole point of this basically is because my program is pretty much set up just to be based off of lines. So I figure, okay, it's just going to be easier to write a routine to reformat them so that I can take all of those various data statement values and so then it can combine them into lines that will be of the correct length no matter how long the version of BASIC would be. I mean, if you have a version of BASIC that can say have 200 something characters in the line, it can make it 200 something characters. If you've got a version of BASIC like Commodore BASIC where it can only have like 80 characters, well, then it'll crunch it. It'll make it so that the data statement will only be 80 characters long. Okay, now this is going to be... Okay, so after removing comments, but actually before the label fish. Yeah, okay, yeah, so okay. Okay, so let's try to do this as say reformat data statements if needed. Okay, so for index line in enumerate working file. Oh wait, actually, I should probably add these also. Add a data statement. Reformatter helper script. Okay, so for index line enumerate working file, which is, yeah, I know there's some better way to do it, but I don't care right now. If line that starts with data, then working file equals, say, format data statements working file basic steps. Okay, now pop back up to here. Okay, pop back up to here. And def, reformat data statements. Okay, so let's start with the, need to know the, get a length of the data statements. So basic defs dot basic line length. Data is 1 DATA. That's for assume 5 characters for the. Okay, then I assume 5 bytes for the line number potentially. So that's 9. So let's do maximum line length minus 9. Okay. Say. Now I know I want the length of the input file. Probably I'm only gonna. Yeah. Well, probably not a bad idea to grab that right now. For index line in input file. Say line dot starts with. Now I'll do data. So that'll be the start. Right? And start data block equals index plus 1 break else say output file equals list what's it? It's annoying now. Okay, say output file dot append input file or output file dot append line. Just create. So yeah, that'll build that'll basically build a new file from the original file. Okay. Oh yes, that's true, right. And the next line in input file if line dot starts with, and then we'll have our end data, then end data block equals index. Okay, so that'll help delineate kind of the beginning and end of that. So data block equals list, and for line, or actually, I do want to use a range, right? Should I index in range start data block end data block data block dot append input file index. Okay, and okay, so that creates. Okay, so at this point, I think we will. If I'm bringing it in from the outside, that should essentially create a. I'll have a list called data block, which will have everything in between the data and end data state. But yeah, that'll have everything in between. Well, after data, and all the way up to where you have end data. So pretty much, ideally, we'll create a block much like that. Oh yeah. Logging dot debug data block, just so I can print that out there. Okay. Okay, and then just say for index. Or, maybe I'll just do for index line. In the good old enumerate data block. So let's see, right? That's right. I'm going to need to start this regardless. New data statements. Need to set that, right? Yeah. I'm starting this off, I'm definitely need to set a new data statement. Say data statement equals let me say equals say data. Yeah. So start up with data plus line. Okay, so yeah, that'll start. Okay, so that creates a new data. Okay, so that'll just make data statement as data statement equals 1 plus plus comma. Then need new data statement equals false. Continue. Temp equals line. No, maybe not. I don't need to do that. Say if length, say length of the data statement plus length of current line greater than the data statement length. Then I'll set, then I tell it needs to create the next run through it creates a new data statement. Maybe output file, or I'll append the data statements. Okay. So yeah, let me think. Okay, maybe I should just think. Okay, so say we get date line. So let's just think of If we had 314, it'd be data 314 beginning. And since it probably would not be that high, then okay. Data statement equals data statement plus line plus comma. Okay. And then eventually we get to that point and passes that Yeah, this right here, yeah, the problem, I know, I'll just look up this here. Look through my renumbering routine. Okay. Or is that up here? Yeah, that's up here. Okay. I don't know, maybe let's try this different way. Maybe I should try it that way. Yeah, this might. Okay. Because that starts a new data statement. That, and then. Yeah, I know this is one of those annoying bits here. Yeah, that is. Because I don't want to. Because, yeah, at this point, if I append them. Actually. Or. Okay, because then I still have the line. Maybe I can just get rid of that. Okay. I want to think that's true though, because if I need a new data statement, just create a new line, right? So yeah. Okay, so when it starts out, it needs a new data statement, so I can put that on there, and then if I get rid of continue, it'll move on. Since that would be less, then it just ends there, right? It ends it. And data statement. Okay, try that, right? And it ends it. And I'm gonna avoid kind of annoying code reuse here, but yeah. The new data statement, so okay, so that starts it, and then that continues, but since it would be shorter than that, do that, and then go back to there, keep doing that until it be longer, and then it says it's a data statement. Yeah, I don't mind. Honestly, why is this? I've been having the exact same issue I've had the last couple nights with streaming, where I start getting brain fog because this room is so hot. Okay, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, so... But okay. Yeah, no, this took me quite a while to figure out how to make this whole general thing working for the line numbers stuff, so... Okay, or maybe I'll just... Or maybe I'll just do a... persistent buffer equals that. Blank. And persistent buffer equals blank. And do that. Right. Oh, whatever. Not equal. Then I'll just do that plus persistent buffer plus comma. Hopefully that'll work. Continue. Okay, now when it's done with all that, this is what happens when it's done with everything. Okay. Output file dot append. File equals list filter on output file turn output file. Okay. This is probably going to completely explode on me. Oh, I should check for... And then... Oh no. No, wait. Okay, do that. And then the... volume.debug. So... data statement. Toss some... Okay. May as well log as much as I can, right? Okay. Now I just... balance text line 48. Oh. equals 286. What the? Okay. Unused variables. I don't care about unused variables. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's why it didn't work. I wonder why that wasn't working. Oh, wait. Gotta change the file name here. Okay, now let's see if this works. But even then, it is nice to see that it will fine without. 283. Okay. The world. Too many values to unpack. 2. 132. Oh. Okay. That's why. Probably. I should learn how to do this without doing that, right? Test data dash out. Holy crap! Is that working? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. No. No, that is not working at all. Okay, well then. Okay, let's try something different. Okay. Data. Plus line plus comma. Continue. Link data statement. Link line. Greater than data statement. Link. Okay. Data statement equals data statement plus line and that. And data statements. Up with other than. Save. Statement equals that. Actually, do I need it? Center. Data statement equals that. And then data statement This line plus that. And data statement. And okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, that works. That actually works now. Like, yeah. In fact, okay, the data statement formatter works now. So, line 36 is too long. Of course, line 36 is always too. It's always long. Yeah, line 36 is always long. Just because it's actually long. Okay, so I think this actually... Okay. Data statement formatter seems to be working. Okay, so, So yeah, I gotta take a quick break now, but I'll be back in a few minutes. See you soon. Okay, so I think... So yeah, that actually... So this is now mostly done. Well, actually it's... Well, technically it's really nowhere near done. Oh no, I mean... But yeah. Okay, so I think now I need to start with, So yeah, now I think I need to make it so I can actually, give it arguments, file name arguments and the like. So I'll need okay, so say basic type equals, this is rv1, and I'll make my file name, this is rv2. No, and basic depth, well, okay, so now I can pull this whole test definition I have here out of the file. And I'll put this in a separate module. Say BAS, I'll call this BAS devs. This module contains basic dialect definitions. So yeah. Now I can just import BAS devs, and down here say set basic type equals get attribute BAS devs basic type. I think if I put that in there, okay, so if I do that, okay, so delete those. And then I can just type, say, pi. Oh, yes. Test def. Do. Test def. Test.bas. Ooh, and it works. Now it works. And data. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is now basic. Okay, so that's... Oh yeah, I probably should turn off the logger. Well, because that's just kind of annoying right now. Yeah, I don't need it constantly sending out. But yeah, I don't need it sending out logs and stuff inside either. But I think... But yeah, I mean, I just need the basic type and the file name for right now anyway. At least for some of the initial testing I need to do here. I guess I don't need that one. Do I? Mm-hmm. Okay, so... Yeah, that should... Oh. No, wait. Actually, I should probably change that to... Change the name on that to prototype def test def prototype def, whatever, doesn't even matter. Okay, so we can now take command line arguments. Okay, so now I think check. Check. Okay, so now I should be able to change the or convert the source code. I think anyway. That's right. Fix dash output. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not good. Trying that. Fix dash output. Okay. So, got a batch file set up here that can convert a whole bunch of things into the BASIC Wrangler format that I have. So, let's see how this works. Okay. Okay. So that worked. Now I just need to... You got this. Oh yes, I've got this. Okay, so now it is converted. Okay, so now everything's been converted to a format that can be used by my line renumberer. Of course, unfortunately, the program I used that renumbered or turned everything into labels also makes everything uppercase. I do mean... Oh, no, wait, that doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. Fortunately, it turns everything uppercase, and I have a few things here that are lowercase, so I have to go through and kind of manually fix all of these things. Apple 2. And Apple 2GS. Yeah, I probably should write my own thing that I do at some point need to write my own routine for converting stuff into a labeled format, but honestly, that's actually more work than... It's more work to turn something into a labeled format than it is to actually write something that turns from labeled format to... No, wait, that doesn't... BASIC. And so, yeah. BBC Basic. Is this... Yeah. And C60. Actually, C64, C128 don't matter. Cocoa, original Cocoa doesn't matter. Does this matter? I suppose I can do it for this. For Cocoa 3. Amstrad CPC. Yeah, and again, C64 list doesn't know what else means. So, change these. Yeah. The problem with C64 lists also is it changes everything to uppercase, even though it's... I'm not even though, like, to paste stuff into a Commodore emulator, it has to be lowercase, so it's like, why does it output everything in uppercase? I'm not sure, but... But, yeah. GW Basic. No, it doesn't matter. In key. Yeah. M I Q MSX. Yeah. I came up with way too many versions of the same program. Way too many versions. Work. Pet plus work. Quick basic. Yes. And then Riscos. Yeah. That's the fun thing about the Riscos version is, yeah, if I had an actual Raspberry Pi, I could run it natively on Raspberry Pi RISC-OS. Yeah, I only use like that in only a few places there, but dang, I have a lot of these files. TI-99. Oh, that's TRS-80 level 1 definitely doesn't matter. Windows. ZX81, that really shouldn't matter. Actually, that really shouldn't matter because it doesn't know what upper and lowercase are. And the ZX Spectrum. Close all of this. Close that. Okay, so that should be all the different. Oh no, wait. And that's right. I probably should do git commit that, shouldn't I? Modified, yeah. Should commit that to there. Added. BASIC Wrangler. Okay. Okay, so now I should actually be able to use the. So I think at this point things are set up in such a way where I can actually start, using this program now. Okay, so make a copy of that. Alt 4K. Altair 8800 4K basic. Yeah, I'm gonna may as well start with the really old school. If basic length is none. And I can. Yeah, because this only can have 72 character lines. Regardless, combine equals true. Delete that. Crunch equals 1. This question's false on this one. Let's delete all this verbiage here because I don't really need it for the. Okay. Just write alt 4K 4K.bas. Okay, so that turned from. So that went from this into this. 026. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah. Wait. Ah. Want that. Okay, so so I'll just close that up. Okay. Edit alter 8800 4K depth. Okay, so now time. Oh no, wait. Wrong one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so let's just see how was I supposed to, okay, how did I turn this thing on again? Okay. Load the loader. And then load on the cassette. Run. Terminal with enter one sign. Yes. Now let's just see if this thing actually works at all. Oh. Oh, wait. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Huh. Okay, actually, maybe I should. There's one little extra thing I'd like to do here. Is this. And that is final file equals final file plus /n. Yes, add a new line to the end of it. Okay, that's weird. That's just weird. Okay, I did not notice that thing was. Again, yes, that thing's. Yes. Again, the way this emulator works is a little weird, but okay. And magic lightning. Magic cure. Items. Okay. So cure. So yes. Okay, so that seems to work. Okay, so yes, that actually seems to work now. Cool. Okay, so okay, so yeah, I'm gonna Okay, actually, yeah, I need to take a bit of. So yeah, I need to take a bit of a break now. Partially to get some beer to celebrate this, and partially because I've got a couple of other things I need to get ready before I can really get into the process of, well, adding definitions for several dozen variations of BASIC. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so now, okay, so I think, yeah. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go. Okay, so this is where the whole process goes right back to my earlier videos, where I'm basically going to be trying to create, where I'm basically going to be taking I'm going to be taking a basic program I wrote, and instead of making disk and tape images and stuff, but instead of porting it, I'm going to, instead of actually going through and, changing everything to port it to different things, I'm just going to be coming up with, well, definitions like these. So yeah, this is gonna, again, just like before, this is probably gonna be like watching me try, but still, hopefully this will be a little quicker than it was last time. And even though I'm sure there will be bugs with this thing, well, of course there's gonna be bugs. There's always bugs. Everything has bugs. Everything's got bugs. Terminal width, yes. Okay. So I can just check to see how big that is. Negative 96. 2891. Okay, so wow. Okay, wow, that's almost 2 kilobytes smaller. So that's pretty good. Okay. Okay, so now I can switch back to this one and create and now I can just create another definition for the Altair 8K basic, which is pretty much the same, except lets me do things except I can abbreviate print as a question mark. Where's that? Oh, that's where that is. Okay. So okay, so there we go with that. Now I just switch over. I just switch back over to this one. Paste. Ooh, wow. Big savings there. Oh, wait. How's that smaller? It's weird. Okay, whatever. Just check it. Attack. Wait, magic. Items. What the hell? Quit. Quit. Okay, well that's not working. Okay, that's actually not working at all. Check that routine. Print magic, input A, go to 26. Why does it say input? Right? Input A, go to 26. Why is it? What in the? Why are those? I got those like, there's 4 lines there. Now, these 4 lines are supposed to be after input A, but they're not. Okay. Logging. Okay, turn the logging back on. And let's just see what happens to this, right? See line 27. Magic items, magic items. Combine line with 72, combine line with 7. Line with 72. Combine line with 7. Wait a minute. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. Okay, no, wait. If less than or equals to. Yeah, okay. So apparently it just... Let's see if this works. Oh. Okay, now it's there. Okay. So, yeah, okay, so apparently this... Okay, apparently it just got... Yes, I forgot to do a less than or equals to. So... Yeah, I was skipping over some stuff there. It was skipping over lines that it shouldn't have been skipping over, because those lines need to be there. Okay. added share diff and fix a typo. You know, saying fixed a typo is a little. Yeah, it's not really. Wasn't necessary. I just forgot that. Yeah, just forgot. That's it. New. Paste this back in. I've said 94. 2961. Yeah, okay, that sounds more like it. Okay, let's see if this works. Attack 1, 2, magic, lightning, soldier 1, magic, cure, items, potion 1. Yeah, okay. Just make sure this. Yeah. And there we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think that's... So yeah, that actually should be... I'm hoping that's the last major bug I encounter with this, anyway. Oh, that's just another one of these two, right? Extended base. It's gonna be 252, I think. Okay. Alter. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I think that should... I'm not saying it's the last of the major bugs I'll be encountering with this thing, but it's definitely getting there anyway. Okay. So, load this again. And I guess I copy that into there. And now I can just save. Yep. Okay, so save that. Stop. Eject. And now I can load extended basic. Yes. 5608. Let me see, right? I have that Alt X, Alt Disk. Alt X. Well, whatever. Who cares? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that ends up being those lines end up being a lot longer. Wow, those lines are a lot longer. Okay, so only 86 lines. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to assume it's correct. $47,632. $29.76. Okay. Okay, now I can just save this thing. Run. Uh-huh. And this seems to work. Lightning. Mm-hmm. Lightning. Magic. Cure. Mm-hmm. Items. Potion. Yeah. But yeah. This does seem to be working. Uh-huh. Just as boring as the game was before. Of course, that's why it's a test. Mm-hmm. Wow. They cannot hit me. Why do they keep missing me? There we go. Magic. Cure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so that one works too. Wait. Okay, gotta find that. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I can check that. Then I'll reset. Examine. Okay. Size line printer. 1, 3, 1. Mount 0. Okay. Yes. Sound of a formatting drive. Maybe emulated, but it's still boring. Okay. There. Okay. 10 to 70. $72.96. Huh. Okay, that's a little weird, I suppose. But not that weird. Of course, when you list it back, it gets really weird. But yeah, I mean, but still, it does seem to work. It's amazing, really. Yeah, something that normally is like 200, it's like almost 240 lines when combined can be like 86 lines. Or 87 technically, because 0 is a line as well. But yeah, from 200 and almost 250 lines down to 80. Yeah, 87. That's that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, okay, I can't do a good Larry David, but whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm not gonna bother running it. Or maybe I can run it, I don't know. Yeah, I think those work. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything seems to work. I mean, I know there's bugs left in this thing. There's gotta be bugs in this thing. So. There has to be bugs. There's no way there aren't horrible bugs lurking in this program, but, oh yeah, I mean, there's gotta be some horrific bugs lurking in the deep, dark recesses of this. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true. Now I'm moving on. Now that I'm moving on to... So now I'm moving on to CPM. I suppose I should actually create some definitions. Create a definition for this, right? So CPM4, CPM, basic 80, version 4. Which is literally, again, the same thing. Which is literally like the same thing. I mean, CPM, like basic 80 version 4 is the exact same thing. Like literally the same basic thing. Doesn't really care. Okay. basic 4.5. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's basic 4 on CPM is pretty much the same. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. 33, 371. 974. Exact same. Okay. Maybe that wasn't what I wanted. Okay, actually. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually the exact same things I wanted. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but now I need to do... completely different one. Right now I need to do CPM version 5, which is a little different. Well, more of the you need. Let me look at this. Okay, yeah, it needs spaces. So yeah, CPM version 5 is basically the same thing in terms of its definition, except except it does require spaces. Yeah. I mean, Alt X, Alt Disk, Extended, Alter Disk, CPM 4 are all the same. Essentially, literally the same except for the doc string, they're the same. CPM 5 is a little different. Mm-hmm. Okay. And in fact, here we go. It's, well, mostly the same. Of course, it's more lines probably because of it's 86 lines. It's like 5 lines. It's weird. Yeah, whatever. Okay. BM basic. 752. Still? Huh. But does it does seem to be working. I mean, I don't really feel like digging really deeply into it. I probably should be, but so I think at this point this is overall going to work properly. Okay. But yeah, overall, so oh wait. Yeah, I think it just ends up being more lines just because of the variances and due to the variances of the different versions. $26 through $64. $388. Yeah, I mean the only thing I changed, literally the only thing I changed basically is the fact that spaces in it. Because it needed spaces. Yeah. I mean, kind of weird really the fact that CPM version 5 has less memory available. And yet it ends up yeah, again, it's basically because of the fact that yeah, it needs spaces. It's all because it needs spaces. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can actually tell, yeah, 3K, 4K. Okay. So now my goal is to do, because now I've done those, I think I'm going to try to do so yeah, I'm going to come up with another one of these, but this one is going to be for the BASIC. Right. Say Microsoft BASIC. This one I'll just do combine equals true, or combine false, branches question, false. Numbering is none, numbering equals 1. So yeah, I'll have like, say, so yeah, no combining lines, no removing spaces, no parentheses question. Numbering starts at 1. Hmm. Hmm. Actually, I'm gonna need to figure out how to get a browser thing out here, right? But regex tester, right? I'm gonna try to come up with a regex. Okay, say okay. Maybe pattern error. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's a good regex. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's say add space in between no. Okay, add space in between line number, say line number and rest of line for certain basic versions. Let's just say if basic type is equal to BASIC or line in enumerate working file, say and also do space index equals search pattern R. Okay, and then the pattern is /d called line. Okay. And okay, so for next line, okay, so working file index equals line 0 space index plus space plus line space index. Okay, I think that. So yeah, I think that'll let me add a space in, at least if I wanna, when I want to anyway. Space in between line number and for certain basic dialects. Slice indices must be integers or none, or X method. Oh wait. Maybe it's just. No, wait. Oh wait, no, that's too. Space index. Okay. So that's different from all the other stuff. And let's see if this works. No, it doesn't. Okay, no, that definitely doesn't work. It inserted space before. Yeah. Maybe start one? I don't know. Increment that, that's true. No such group. Okay. So why? Kind of know. I know what's going on here. Do understand what this thing's stupid doing. Yeah, it is. When in doubt, or when in doubt, just add print statements. Space index, match index. Okay. Okay, so it's giving me this up. Definitely gonna need to look this up. Match object. Yeah. Parse mass match object. Why is it on one? Mm-hmm. Okay. No, wait. Okay, so that is... Why am I using start? That's not start. Span tutable. Let's do span. Okay. That in there. Okay. I think that'll. Yeah, I think that'll do. Yay. One. It's horrible, but it probably will. Oh wow. Okay, let's see if that works. Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay, finally figured out how to add a space in there. Okay. How's it going? Well, it's kind of going. I mean, finally figured out how to... Now, let's see. I figured out how to add a space between a line number and the rest of the line of BASIC, so it's... Yeah, I mean, it's going pretty well so far. Adder dash. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Actually... Actually, I can probably use that too, couldn't I? Actually, I could do that, couldn't I? And then... No, wait. Hmm. Oh, no, I'm adding numbers. I mean... Okay, let's... Oh, wait. I need to... So, this is what the original file, or... Yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like before. Right? And this is kind of what it's supposed to look like after this, or this, or this is how it's supposed to look like after. So, yeah, I'm pretty much trying to add numbers in. I mean, it basically takes essentially unline numbered basic code and with labels. So, for instance, you have like say at 2330, and it can be go sub at 2330 or whatever. And then it turns that into, well, this. But usually something more like this, where it combines all the lines together so they're as long as possible. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually, removing all the numbers. Well, actually, just removing the numbers themselves isn't necessarily that. Is fairly easy, but trying to turn them all into labels, where. Well, yeah, I mean, the way this is. I mean, I actually used like a completely different program to convert to this. So, for instance, when it says at 2300, that was originally line 2300. But yeah, basically I used a completely different program that somebody else wrote to turn it into a labeled format, even though I had to write another little script to fix that so it could use a somewhat better way of. I wanted something that was more compatible with QBasic, just in case I ever feel like writing QBasic stuff. But yeah, I mean, no, I mean, but yeah, I mean, pretty much it's like a. So yes, this will renumbers. Of course, there's actually been I've got a program from like that apparently dates back to like 1982 that does this. And there are other programs out there, but I didn't really like any of those programs. None of them really did stuff for the computers I want, like all the computers. All right. So for instance, this right here is an Altair 8800 emulator. Right? Okay. And so, yeah, I mean, there's all the other programs none of the other programs I've seen out there will actually. None of the other program. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, I've got one program called C64List, which is designed for dealing with Commodore 64 stuff. And I think it does similar stuff to this, but it will only output in Commodore 64 BASIC, which is kind of a problem if you're trying to. No, for instance, write code that will work. It's kind of a problem if you're trying to number basic code that's designed for, the Microsoft CP/M BASIC compiler. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to create an extremely comprehensive program that can pretty much deal with anything from, from pretty much any computer with basic code from any computer from 1975 all the way up to the present. I mean, if it uses line numbered BASIC, this program is designed to be able to handle it. So, yeah, and I need to refill my beer here, so I'll be back in a minute or two. See ya. Okay, and I'm back, and now. Okay. Okay. Just make sure this thing actually works. Beer 30, boys. Well. So I wasn't even gonna drink tonight, and it's And I was gonna go out and it's like, oh, are you getting beer? And like, well, I wasn't until you asked me. Okay, so that worked. Test. Battle test equals battle test slash forces slash is. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, Coleco Atom, yeah. Yeah, the program I wrote here actually, yeah, I mean, I actually did write a Coleco Atom version of it, so. Oh, yes, the Coleco Atom. Yeah, those things were. Yeah, having actually played around with Coleco Atom emulators, I mean, I've never seen a real Coleco Atom in real, but having played with Coleco Atom emulators, I'm like, on the one hand, I'm intrigued, and yet I'm horrified. I mean, those things are like, yeah, I mean, surprisingly fast. The BASIC is surprisingly fast, but yeah. Oh well. Well, I don't. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm like, well, I know I've got like for my old car anyway. The car the car I had before my current car. I was actually tracking my gas mileage for that on my Commodore 128. Of course, it's been a few years since I had that thing set up, but I'm sure all that stuff's still on the hard drive on that thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking maybe I should just, like with my new car, I'm thinking I should probably just switch to using a Excel spreadsheet like normal human beings. But yeah, I mean, I know there were plenty of real ones out there, mind you. I mean, how slow were the tapes on those things? I mean, I know I've heard that apparently they'd be going back and forth and everything else. With Commodore 64, of course, the floppy drives and those things were just hideously slow. I mean, it'd be like you'd be loading a game and it would just be loading and loading and loading and loading, and eventually it would load. Come on. Well, I suppose the whole come on thing with this is, yes, the computer I'm emulating is from 1975. Of course it's slow. Holy. And yet this will probably take up the exact same amount of room as the original version of it, probably. Even though it's stripped out the comments and everything, yeah. Holy crap. Oh, finally. Okay. Does seem faster. Okay. So that one works. Okay, let's see. Oh. A pip equals. It's faster than a floppy, and yes, the tape would erase for a while. You had well-used tapes, it would take forever, but I had a tape eraser and we would use it to refurbish the tapes for reuse. Yeah, actually, I've read about the tape erasers on those things, and apparently, like, those tapes weren't just like, I mean, like, well, for instance, I've got like a degausser, so I've used that on old VHS tapes and floppy disks and stuff to wipe them out. But apparently, if you actually zapped it with one of those things, it wouldn't even like. Didn't they have some kind of weird coating or something like that? So you couldn't just use normal tape copiers, and also, I mean, it was kind of more. It was sort of like almost like the way Sony has always decided we're going to come up with our own weird format. Everyone else uses SD cards. We're going to use memory sticks. I mean, kind of like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, again, what's kind of interesting? Yeah, I mean, back in the '80s, I remember my mom, like, even in the '80s, she was basically talking about how she's like, she'd always talk about orphaned computers, such as the Coleco Atom. I mean, yeah, I mean, even in the '80s, that thing was kind of was rather notorious. Of course, yeah. Actually, when I think about it, some point, eventually, even though I moved into my current place several years ago, but I still keep telling myself I'm going to set up my Commodore 128 again at some point. Yeah. Yeah, I really do need to actually set that thing up again. $20 megahertz processor, 4 megs of RAM, gigabyte hard drive. It's like, yeah. It was it's pretty much like the computer that back when I was when I was a kid, it would just be like, what? 20 megahertz? What's 20 megahertz? I was like, and be like, that's like a PC. Oh. Ugh. Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, everything I've read about about the whole Atom tape format was just, you know, needless to say, yeah, it wasn't very. But actually, it was kind of a. I mean, I will say, actually, it's. I mean, I'm sure when they first came up with it, they think, yes, we'll just take, we'll use something that's rather like normal cassette tapes, and we'll have random access on a normal cassette tape, but. Yeah, but, it's one of those things where I get the feeling that. Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's just one of those things they kind of thought, this is a great idea, and then when they got down to it, eventually realized, like, oh, wow, this is a bad idea. Especially the whole, apparently when you turn to Coleco Atom on, it would actually degauss your tapes for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, finally done with that. Okay, so finally done with the Altair version of that. Okay, so now I can do. Copy that. Copy it from there. That is that's Commodore PET base. I'll copy that into there. Oh, 79. Equals true. Crunch equals 1. Question is true. Case. Lowercase. Okay, say just case if needed. Just case if needed. Case format and basic diffs dot case was lower. Final file equals final file dot lower. Okay, so that should case lower. Okay. Added Commodore pet definition. Okay, so we go from this to this. 78. I only hope this works. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I should turn that off, shouldn't I? 64. Okay. So now this hopefully will work. Oh. Let's have run. There we go. Or no, crap. That's actually not what I wanted. Okay. Paste it back in. Yeah, okay, from this point on, I should just assume each of these programs is going to work. I'm pretty sure I've gotten all the gotten probably 99% of the bugs knocked out of this thing at this point. 4094, 3070. Okay, great. So, test v2. Oh, wait. Commodore. Okay. Save battle tests. Press play and record. Record. Okay. So now I can record this. Getting after this, I've got the Apple II version. Got an Apple II version, and then I've got a. And I'm definitely not touching TRS-80 yet. Ugh. Yeah, that's way that one is gonna that stuff's gonna require some additional coding that I don't want to do tonight. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, but this thing. See, I think that thing ended up around 20 something. I think originally in terms of the tape counter, mid to upper 20s. I think. Well, actually, again, I mean this. Okay. Or maybe I was wrong about that.
Okay. Yeah. Try this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything seems to be working pretty well. Okay.
Now I can... So now I do, say, Apple II. Alright. Apple, make that Apple self basic. Maximum line length for case should be 239. Combine true. Don't need spaces. Case. Don't need to change the case at all. So. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, this is still. Hmm. Okay. So.
Hop back over to here. Okay. So let me just see. OAO, Control B, Enter, print free. Okay, so you got 14,333. Then paste. Yeah, I gotta love how sometimes it kind of sits there a little while as it tries to kind of figure out what I just put into it, right? Mm-hmm. 2972. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Gotta jump over. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There. 3, 2, there. Imagine. Oh, okay. Okay, so that one worked. Okay, so that version works. Oh yes, I want to save them. Okay, and then we go to save. Of okay, so I guess I can just jump back into there. Master Diskette Verison 3.2 plus. Oh, a typo from well before I was born. Yes, a typo from June of 1979. Wow. Okay. Okay. Hmm? Oh, okay. Thought I messed something up. Load. Reload the cassette I just saved. And eventually it will load. Eventually. Yeah, there we go. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So, okay. Load. Slot 6. Drive 1. Init. Battle tests. Yeah, this right here is Apple II, which is kind of an older emulator. Well, not older. It emulates the really, really old Apple IIs, like the original Apple II, Apple II Plus. This is kind of my own particular compile of it because, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point this emulator was more meant for Linux and stuff. So getting it working on Windows was kind of a pain in the rear, but I think I meant, but even though I'm pretty sure that yeah, I mean if you actually were to get your hands on a newer version of this, it would probably work better than this thing does. But yeah, only reason I'm using this is because it lets you use tapes. So Apple Win doesn't know what a tape is apparently. So I mean, yeah, this thing uses its own kind of weird disk format or something, but so yeah. On. Come on, in format already. Okay. Um, yes, I want to save the changes. So now I go into here. Yeah. Where is that? On this thing. Okay. There we go. New, just in case. And copy it back in again. Yeah, it's really interesting just to see how it kind of goes, and then it pauses as it tries to tokenize all this stuff. It's basically just being dumped on it. Okay. So this is our DOS 3.3 disk. Okay. Okay. So if I reboot this. No. Okay. So yeah, that. Okay, so that one works. And then go to this. Now I'm gonna make a ProDOS version of it. Fine, Apple IIe. Fine. Fine. You want an Apple IIe? You get an Apple IIe. It's the problem with the Apple II. It's like they had all these different versions of Apple IIs, and all of them had slight incompatibilities with each other. Okay. Enhanced Apple IIe? Is that what you want? Seriously? Yes, obviously you wanted the enhanced IIe. Yeah. Like, oh yes, let's have like 5 different versions of the same computer. It's like, yeah. Eh. Okay. So. So format a disk, slot and drive, slot 6, drive 2, ProDOS. Okay, format the disk. Formatting done. copy files, slots 6, drive 1. Slot 6, drive 2. Some files, prodas, basic.system. Copying prodas. Yeah, well, that's the right now this program is being set up to deal with pasting into emulators and stuff. And then later on I'm going to come up with I'm going to extend it a little bit so it can deal with no, like being able to deal with essentially so you can pretty much just, copy files into disk images. So yeah, so right now it's more oriented just in terms of copying and pasting, ideally short bits of code. If you got say a couple dozen lines of code or something, that's what it's more meant for now. Okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, eventually it's going to be designed to actually use space turn. So yeah, I mean, eventually the whole point will be it will just output files that you can then, copy into disk images and stuff, and everything will be good. But yeah, I'm taking things a little slow, I guess. Some startup. Reboot. And yes. Ooh, and there we go, 80 columns. Okay. Let's just see if this actually beeps at me at some point. May take a while, but there we go. Sure. Okay, so yeah, I think that's so the next thing I really need to be okay, so the next version of BASIC I want to add to the program is TRS-80 level 1 BASIC, and that's going to require a decent amount of well, not a huge amount, mind you, but it is going to require some extra coding to make that work, and at this point I really don't want to be doing any more coding. So thanks to Userman2, BSD guy, and Matterdash for actually, bothering to chat a little bit, and well, see you next time. Well, and when I say next time, that's probably going to be tomorrow evening at some point, and yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Basically tomorrow evening at some point. Even though I do need to even though I'm going to be driving around, I'm going to gotta be driving about 150 or 200 miles total tomorrow. So may not be able to start at 6 p.m. Almost certainly will not be able to start at 6 p.m. tomorrow, but still, of course, when I do, I'm really hoping to actually try to play some Crusader Kings 2 for a change. I mean, that was like my obsession over last summer, so hopefully, well, of course, if I'm not playing that, then I'll be doing this, but hopefully I'm actually having some fun. Okay, so now I can actually officially say See you next time.